Okay guys, I thought we'd go back and talk about material suppliers a little bit again today. And I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it out here. I'm going to kind of consider this an unboxing. I've got one sheet of 25 thousandths aluminum here, which is about all I need to finish out this whole project. So this is the way I received it from my local supplier. And it is on a real nice skid. It has got cardboard on both sides. Like I said, this is a sheet of 25 thousandths, 6061. Now the only thing that I may have done is I may have put a little bend on the edge on both sides where I've strapped it down here. And that's going to be my fault if it is. What I should have done and what I would do on any future orders is I would take me a 2x4, just about pickup bed width or the same width as this skid, and use it as my strap down point. But anyway, this is the way I receive them, and I'll show you. I'm just going to show you how I handle it from here. Like I say, it was skidded. They pulled the forklift right up to the back, and I just lifted one end up and slid it right on in, and by the time he had help coming to help me get it in there, I already had it in. So this is my local supplier. I do a lot with them on different things, not just airplane stuff. But I thought you might be interested in how you can save some money and probably get materials that are going to be at least as good, if not superior, to what you're going to get from a lot of the regular aircraft suppliers here. So 12-footer in my little pickup works just fine. And to get her opened up here, what we're gonna do is just drop the tailgate and let it down just like this. And they don't give me the option of having it skidded or rolled. It's everything they ship is on skids. They figure they can handle it better, more safely by doing that, which is probably true. Although I've also told them several times, and we talked about it quite a bit when I ordered this, that I would just as soon have it rolled from them. Would have been easier for me to get it here, or for me to get it home. But it transports fine. Their skids are good and solid. I just set them in there, and they get just a little more than that center brace they put on there in there, and it overbalances, and I throw a strap on it and it's good to go. Now, those aren't going to come out yet. We get a piece of cardboard that I will save for doing things. 2 pieces of cardboard, and I've got no markings on the from where I strapped it down. It rode just fine there. And then all I'm going to do is just roll it up right here, throw a couple clamps on it and a piece of duct tape around it, and it should be good to go. Got a piece of just light sheet here. And we'll just leave that light sheet on there just because we can. Oh, come on. Where's our... as well let her angle down. Doesn't make any difference. I don't even need the duct tape. There's our sheet of aluminum rolled up. So I'm going to roll this into the shop, or run it back into the shop. And of course we've got another sheet of cardboard here. We've got a nice pallet that will break down. Most of that will become firewood. I'll save part of that for other little things, but that's pretty much all there is to that. So let me get this into the shop and we'll take a look at it and see what other pearls of wisdom I've got for you. Well, I already cleaned this table off, but why not again? I got the skid that all this was on dismantled, and for me there'll be a lot of good firewood there, and there's two nice long 12-foot look to be about 3x4s that will make a nice skid for something if I need it. And let's unroll this and see how bad I dinged it up just getting up from the pickup back to here, because I do have one little edge here that got a little dink on it that I think I must have done. I didn't see it on the sheet when it was out there and still on the skid. So I'm sure I'll have to straighten that up, but it's not a bad thing. So I did put quite a little dink on it, I guess. I'll have to figure out where that's going to go. That's kind of ugly there. That was not a big deal, but that one on the edge was kind of nasty looking. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about with this was if you've got a local supplier that you can source materials from, and I think just about everybody's got some sort of a local distributor that can be utilized for at least some of your materials. Yeah. At least some of your materials, and you can save quite a bit of money. Now I was going to go in and look and see exactly what the difference in price was, but there's normally the two main aircraft suppliers that I deal with, which is Aircraft Spruce and Air Parts, and I've talked about them before. And I'm happy with both of them. I think I've tended to go to Air Parts for aluminum here recently because, boy, that's quite a... because they've been substantially cheaper. Now, the thing that I have not been able to source from my local supplier, and I've talked about this supplier in the past, so if you want to know who it is, you're going to have to go back and watch some of my earlier videos and figure out where it is. And I don't even know which ones to send you to, but I've talked about them extensively. And I had a guy that was always interested in the work I did previously, plus he's always been interested in this airplane stuff, so they've always been more than happy to accommodate me. And he's left and gone to a different outfit after years and years, and the guy that I've transferred to has turned, or that I've kind of taken over my account, is almost as good as my early guy was, so not dissatisfied at all. So I called him on Monday morning about 8:15 in the morning, and he got back to me with a quote about 9, and I said order it, and now that was Monday morning. This is Wednesday. He called me a little before 10 this morning and said it was in, which he thought it would be. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so for them to even be running today, and this got run from the West Coast over to Eastern Washington, or it came from Western Washington someplace. I don't know who their distributor is over there or which supplier they used. But anyway, on a full sheet like this, and I only order full sheets from this local supplier. They're a bigger outfit and do a lot of business, and for them to dink around with my puny little one-sheet orders, I really appreciate that. So I don't waste their time by saying, oh, I need a half a sheet, I only need a 6-footer or something. I order full sheets, I order full lengths of steel, whatever the case may be from this particular supplier. And I feel like I save a substantial amount of money. Normally when you order 1 or 2 sheets, whatever can be rolled up, I'm normally paying from either of the regular aircraft suppliers between $50 and about $65 for shipping. And that includes a nice cardboard box. It's all rolled and everything. The way this comes in from this outfit, as I said before, the only way they ship is on a skid. So what I ended up with was a skid that you saw, a well-built skid that, now is going to be all utilized part of it. Part of it will be firewood. And since we're beginning of winter, well, I'm happy to have that for firewood, for kindling. But I don't pay shipping per se. It's included because they run a truck over here every week. And as long as I just put it on a regular order, which is the way I order, I don't do a special order or a have to have from this outfit at all, because I do pay a lot in freight if I do that. But if it comes on their regular order, there's no extra charge for it to be shipped to me. And on a full sheet like this from one of the suppliers that I could have bought a 6-foot sheet from, I paid less than that for a full sheet than I would have paid by the time I paid freight and everything. I think I saved about $130 on the cost of this sheet over what it would have cost me to come in from one of the other suppliers. And service was actually faster. That's not always the case, and that's really not an issue, but to save that much money on a sheet that I think a full sheet of this is a little over $200, and then you pay freight on top of that. So I paid more, or I saved more than $100 by doing, I think about 120 is what I ended up saving if I go back and look. So that's a substantial savings. And my next project, I was talking about that with him this morning, and I'll do a bulk order basically. I'm going to order a large majority of my aluminum from them. Like I say, they have not been able to source me 16,000 thick material, but anything thicker than that, why, I've gotten an exceptionally good deal on. So anyway, I'll be looking at that as I work up the price sheet for my next project, or the order sheet for my next project. Anyway, I thought you'd find that a little bit interesting. But if you can find a local supplier, a lot of times if you can develop a relationship with them, you can save a substantial amount of money on aluminum anyway. I was talking to him this morning about 4130 tube. And I need some 4130 tube for this project, and I'm going to need some for the next project too. So we started discussing that a little bit, and we don't have anything finalized there. He said, well, get your Kleenex out because I have to go to my expensive supplier for that. So he knows where he's going, since this is for an aircraft. He knows which supplier he's going through. So we'll see if he's competitive there or not. I expect him to be at least comparable, just in the savings of freight. And if what they've done for me so far over the years is any indication, they'll save me a substantial amount of money. So that's kind of my little spiel for the day. And I just thought you guys might find it interesting. That's the way they come in. That's the way I handle them. The only reason I needed this sheet, and I only needed 6 feet, was I have to bend up new spars for the flaperons. And I would have had to order at least a half a sheet, which would have been fine. Like I say, there was such a savings, and the only way they supply this is in a full sheet, 12-foot sheet. So I saved enough money there. This will get set aside for another project, and that's where we're at. So anyway, this is where I'm going to leave this for the day. Hopefully you guys have a good holiday, have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll have something out probably shortly after that. Anyway, hopefully you find it interesting, somewhat useful. Thanks for taking the time to watch, guys.